OU. Well, spawning in the upper right location on the map, we have for playing team or representing Team Optik, the player Proficient.
And on the left-hand side of Atlanta Space Bear, it is the Blue Zerg. It's UNT's Sonata going for the win here in game number 8.
And again, guys, since this is a best of 9, and the score is currently 4-3 for UNT, the the University of I keep saying United, the University of Northern Texas. They are looking to walk away if they can win this game, carrying them on to the next round. And again, this is single elimination. There's no losers bracket, so if Optik is out, then Optik is out.
Yes, and if Proficient can live up to his name, though, we will see a game number 9. Ace match. I'd like to see an ace match.
Yeah, so few of the. I mean, like anyone who has caught the games live or from the VODs in the open season, there's a lot of 5-1s, 5-0s, 4, but rarely ever 5-4 matches. And now we had Vega versus Megashock in that way. We had, hopefully this game will, or this series will end that way, but we'll see what happens. Because again, like we said, if Sonata wins, it's all over.
These teams are so evenly matched, though, I'd be kind of surprised almost if we didn't see an ace match between them. They're just so close. Almost every single game has been, really hard fought, really good, and no team has taken any significant lead. It's always been a one-game lead, and they've really been sort of seesawing back and forth.
And we have Proficient going for hatchery first. So no
Can't
pool,
blame them
no
on a map
paranoia.
this big. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, yes and not. I definitely like that, so he doesn't have to worry about cheese.
Sonata
They can
definitely a
keep
confident
on hitting.
player. We saw the dancing roaches after a brutal comeback,
Yeah,
so he's got to be feeling very good going into this. And I have to argue that Atlanta's spaceship. A lot of people complain that this is an unfair map. Zergs have a very distinct advantage here, etc., etc. And I have to agree with them. I think in this matchup, we're definitely going to see the Zerg player walk away victorious.
yeah. It's I don't know, man. Get Dustin Browder on the phone. Something's got to be done about this.
There's not enough rocks here at the middle base. There should be at least 1 to 7 more.
Just draw like a smile, like Dustin Browder's head out of destructible rocks in the middle of the map.
I would be surprised if they made a map like that.
Someone actually did.
Terrible, terrible. Well, looking into this right now, we do have a slight. Nope, never mind. The worker count is even now, so it was slightly ahead for moments. But the gas is out for Proficient. He's already sticking 3 drones in it. Are we going to see speed? Are we going to see Banes? Who knows? It's funny because like as the Zerg versus Zerg, granted I've never been in this position as I am a Terran player, but it's really hard to know whether you want to be the aggressor or not. There's so few opportunities in this game against any race where you being the aggressor guarantees a victory. 9 times out of 10 when you're defending, much better situation. And of course, nine
Yep.
times out of 10 is just a statistic I'm pulling out of my ass, guys. Don't take that as literal. But the point is, in a Zerg versus Zerg especially, you need that home field advantage. You want the DPS from the Queens, any spine crawlers you have, and it's really hard to get past that.
Yeah, exactly. Defender's advantage, it really does mean something. And we do see 2 Zerglings sneaking into the base for Sonata here. And they are both going to go down, but not before getting a full guided tour of the base of Proficient. Actually, this Zergling might escape unless his queen has something to say about it. And he runs right into the queen, so the Ling does die. Sees a repositioning of the spine, though. Well, that's kind of redundant information because he does have an overlord.
Meanwhile, we do have a spine placed here very cleverly at Sonata's base. This will help cover the ramp, but this will also provide a lot of Baneling sniping if he decides to get caught in his mineral line again, as we saw last game.
Yeah, and we do see a Baneling nest. Speak of the devil.
Yeah, whether you're Sonata or any other player in the world, like I'm pretty sure after that last game, the way it started, granted he won, it was a magnificent victory. I don't think he's gonna let that happen again.
Yeah, that was too
Line in the
close for comfort.
sand, like come at me, cross this line, I dare you. Not gonna happen.
And we do see an Evo chamber on Sonata's base at his natural, making kind of that really awkward spaghetti falling out of pockets wall in that. See how well it does this time?
Yeah, I mean you put a queen in there, help choke it off, but right now not the best. But it does still limit surface area, so not a
Hmm.
bad choice, I guess.
It's okay.
I would be curious to see if he goes for that +1 again. I think that worked out magnificently for him last game.
There it is. There's a +1 armor versus double evolution chamber from Proficient, though, at his wall. I kind of like Proficient's wall A little bit more, because if you have little gaps in the wall, Zerglings and Banes can still trickle through.
Would you see that
It,
this wall is more proficient?
yes, and we do see 1-1 for Zerglings, so I guess he won't be using too many roaches. If he does, they'll be
And
defensive. I don't think he'll be
that's a
using them
lot
to
of gas
swing.
to invest this early. That's a lot. I mean, that's so many fewer Banelings than Sonata could put out. If Sonata chose to be aggressive, but I mean, look at this wall off. It's going to be hard to. You got the
Yeah,
queens, you got the evolution chambers. It's not going to be easy to break past this, even with a ton of Banelings.
yeah, that is quite a tight wall in. Nice creep spread, too. I actually like the use of this tumor in the main. We don't see that enough, in my opinion, to connect the two bases. Although, Sonata pretty much has the same thing because of the distance between the hatches, so it all comes out in the wash. We just are going to have a double tumors from proficient versus one.
Oh, Zerglings
And
are going to get past the walls. The queen was out of position, but they're going to be greeted by a huge slew of Zerglings at the top of the ramp.
That's actually good information, though, to obtain. Seeing that many links.
Yeah, 32 Zerglings on the field right now. Sonata with, well, nada, as he is producing them right now.
And he's making a Roach Warren immediately after seeing that many lings, plus a bunch of other lings, so he's definitely preparing his body for this, and the lings are coming. And Banelings are being more for Sonata, 7 of them.
If these should finish in time, but look at this. This is completely open. There's no way for Sonata to guard against this. But no, Proficient saying, I don't really care. I'm just going to go for that third.
Yeah, he's going to try and get a cancel here, but there's a lot of Banes, and Creep almost connects the bases, so he'll do
Even
some
if these
damage to the
Banes
hatch.
connect, I think the hatchery, oh, it's going to be so low, but it will not fall. Not yet.
He pulls out just in time, and remember, pulling out is very important, especially in StarCraft.
Well, currently there's no female units on this part of the field, so I think we'll be okay for now.
Well, there's a Queen. She just killed an Overlord.
And Zerglings are flooding across to reinforce this battle. They skirmish this back and forth, but the Baneling trying to connect. Oh no, it was Proficient running right past it.
Baneling.
Oh my god, I can't believe if Sonata had detonated that manually, actually it would not have mattered, because that +1 armor is in effect.
Yeah, and the Baneling, yeah, there we go. That Zergling did survive. And
Oh, but look at the Swordman, he's going to catch some of these Banelings before they finish morphing. And that +1 weapons over the +0 of Sonata is just really coming into full fruition right now. Roaches are popping, but again, Roaches, while good, are just no match for this many Zerglings.
Yeah, and he's
Optik
actually leaving the hatch alone. He's letting... Yeah, I'm surprised, because
I think he could have
clean up most of the links.
No, actually, the Zerglings are cleaning up
that's
these
not.
Roaches very effectively, and this hatchery. Ooh, I want to see him focus it down, but he's going for the Roaches instead. Not a poor choice, but more. Oh, look at this flood of
He's got enough
reinforcements.
links.
Sonata in a lot of trouble. He can't even reinforce this third base. One spine crawler, sure, but against how many Zerglings? Countless amounts.
I'd like to see another few Zerglings going toward that hatch, and we do see 2 of them, it looks like, rally
But
toward
look
the
at this,
hatchery.
just completely scrappy fight here. Sonata without any of his own Banelings, going for some transfuses, holding on as much as he can, but without additional Roaches, I don't know that he can hold this.
More and more lings just keep going across the map for Proficient. He's just doing the July Zerg thing where he just rallies unit after unit trying to kill everything. And the entire natural mineral line of Sonata's gone.
I don't know, this is kind of what Sonata had to deal with last time. Just constantly being flooded into the base.
What's this chat thing?
I don't know, I think I'll explain that. I'll explain that between games. Really unimportant right now, but
Hockey
our
analysis
game is
will be
over.
fine-proof